Is anybody there? Is it you, God, or whoever you are? Is it really you? Do you finally have answers for me? Am I just supposed to believe that my life had already been planned out? But by who, I might ask? I have all these questions, yet I've received no answers. They told me to ask God. They told me to pray. They told me to have faith. They told me to believe. All the while, this so called God has no answers or just hasn't responded to me. Is it you, God, or whoever you are? Is it really you? Do you finally have answers for me? What if there isn't a God? What if I'm just talking to myself, hoping and praying for things that'll never come, hoping and praying for answers that I'll never have? Is it you, God, or whoever you are? Is it really you? Do you finally have answers for me? Hello, my child. Yes, this is me. I do have the answers that you're seeking. Indeed, I did have this life planned out for you because you see, I am your creator. I always give my children a special gift. I knew what your gift was, so I already had this planned out for you before you were even conceived. Is it you, God, or whoever you are? Is it you? Do you finally have answers for me? So maybe there really isn't a God. It must have been all in my head. Listening and feeding into the lies that they always told me, listening to Grandma on a good old Sunday morning, talking about how important it is to honor, give thanks, to praise and worship this so called God. They always told me to have faith the size of a mustard seed. But how can I do that with so many doubts, so many unanswered questions running through the back of my mind? Maybe they have joined forces with John Calvin in believing that God determines everything, who also believes that no amount of good works done by a human will change God's holy mind. I object, they all shout, for they believe that good works will bring you closer to the Heavenly Father. They believe that you do have to prove worthy enough to be saved. What about the Martin Luthers and the Calvinists? What happened to them? Why don't we follow them? Is it because we were predestined to not believe them? Is it you, God, or whoever you are? Is it really you? Do you finally have answers for me? Am I even meant to be here? How did I end up here? What is this special gift that you have given me? How am I supposed to use it? Where do I go from here? So is it you, God, or whoever you are? Is it really you? Do you finally have answers for me? The world may never know.